Hey, ugly tourist here, coming to you from the green room in the Overstay Mansion in Angeles City in the Philippines. Today we're going to talk about why expats, they don't stay. They go back to their home countries. They leave. They hightail it out of here. They skedaddle. I know what some of you are thinking. Some of you are thinking it's time. It's time to start over. It's time to get out of the matrix. Time to get off that hamster wheel. Get out of the stress. Stop being invisible. You've watched all those videos. I'm guilty of some. Telling you that the Philippines is a paradise. It's nirvana. It's exactly what you want. But today I'm here to tell you why some of the expats, they just don't stay. The Philippines can give you all you want. Everything you need. I'm living proof of that. I got a girl. Yeah, I got Dane. You've probably seen her on some of my videos. And if you haven't, you need to subscribe now. We're here to show you all the hijinks a couple Filipinas and a dude three's company can have in one house. All the enjoyment. But today I'm here to tell you the other side. I'm here to tell you about the men that didn't quite enjoy themselves so much. They ran out of money. Or they lost the girl. And they went home. Some of them, they just got tired. I've seen men come here with hopes and dreams, and they leave with nothing but stories they're too embarrassed to tell back home. I'm not here to scare you, but if you're seriously thinking about this life, I'm here to tell you everything. Alright, I'm the Ugly Tourist, and if you're new to the channel, please hit that like button, subscribe, do all the things you're supposed to do, hit the notification bell, and learn everything that I know about the Philippines and some of my friends know. So, yeah, do it now. I'll wait. Okay, so that's done. That's clear. No more of that stuff. No more of that business stuff. All right. The cost of living in the Philippines. It's cheaper. It's cheaper than the West. Right, guys? Yeah, I think everybody agreed on that. It's cheaper than the West, but not as cheap as you think. The rent's gone up, the groceries have gone up, and the electricity in some parts of this country is higher than the Western world. There's no arguing that. So if you're planning on living on $1,000 a month, like all these other expats are telling you, and it can be done, I'm not saying it can't, but if you're planning on living on $1,000 a month, you're going to feel the squeeze. It's going to be tight. I'm telling you, it's going to be tight. Unless you stay home and cook every meal at home, hang out at home, watch Netflix at home, then you're going to feel the squeeze. You're going to arrive humble. You're going to give people money. You're going to tip high. You're going to upgrade from that small apartment to a luxury condo in BGC. Before you know it, you're burning through $3K USD, and you're gonna wonder where it all went. I've seen it done. I've seen guys go through 50 grand in 18 months and then go home. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. Guys that say, well, I'm not gonna live on $1,000 a month, I get $4,000. And they'll go through right up to $4,000 every month, and then wonder why they can't save anything. It's all what you do with your money. Infrastructure. The infrastructure is not like it is in the West. If you're in the West, you're probably going to take for granted that things just work. They do. They just work. You turn on a light switch, light comes on. Flush the toilet, yeah, it works. Open your laptop, internet blazing fast. Blazing fast. Here, That's not always the case. Blackouts in some places are a weekly thing. You're going to buy your drinking water by the gallon. You're not going to get it out of the tap. When your Wi-Fi crashes, it's not a big problem. But if your Wi-Fi crashes in the middle of transferring money, you can adjust. I did. I adjusted quite fine, if you ask me. But for some guys, the friction just keeps wearing on them and wearing them down. The healthcare, yeah, it can wake you up. Let's go over healthcare a little bit. In big cities like Cebu, Davao, Manila, you can get high quality healthcare. But if you're out in the province and you need an ambulance, it's going to take a while to get to you. Unlike back home, sometimes you're going to have to pay for treatment before it's administered. That's right. If you can't pay, they're not going to do nothing. No money, no medicine. I've seen guys wait too long to be checked. They thought it was nothing. And then it was something. You better have a plan. You better have insurance, or a bunch of cash, or both. That's why some of them leave the Philippines. They get a little worried about their health care, and they go back to the homestead. Some guys, you can't own land here. So some guys, they want to put down roots. They want to buy something. They want to own something in the Philippines. They want to have something that they can call their own. Well, you can't buy land here. You can't own land here. You can own a condo. You can have a lease. But in order to own land, you're going to have to trust that. In order to own land, you're going to have to trust that Filipina. That's right. You're going to have to trust her with all your money. And if you break up, you're left with nothing. You've got nothing. I've heard of men losing their beachfront homes, farms, even businesses, because they thought their love was protection. It's not. Not in court. Okay, so maybe you're bringing just a little bit of money, and you think you're going to get a job here. You're not. If you are thinking you're going to get a job that a Filipino can have, Filipino comes first. They're going to get that job. Teaching in school, substitute teaching, ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. You're not going to get a job here. You're not going to drive an Uber. Most expats aren't allowed to work here. Now, if you have a special permit or a special visa, oh, excuse me. Anyway, I've seen guys that say they'll figure it out when they get here. You know, they'll get a job. They don't. For you travelers out there, inter-island travel is harder than you think. You think you're going to point to the map and go, I can island hop there. It's harder than you think. Getting around in the Philippines just isn't really that easy. Flights get delayed or canceled. I went to Bohol a couple months ago and I got delayed twice. My 5 o'clock flight went at 10:30. And then on the way back, it got delayed again. Not quite that bad, 2 hours late. So delays are normal. Ferries are long and slow. Once you land at a port or an airport, either one, you're going to need a van or a trike or a motorbike, maybe even another boat. Even short trips can take a whole day. I remember going to the airport in Cebu once and it took me 4 hours. 4 hours going 10 miles. And if you're traveling with a partner or her whole family, like I've done before, that can be some wear and tear on you. It can be. And it can cost you a hunk of cash. The Philippines is beautiful, but it's not always practical, guys. And for that hassle, for some guys, it drains the dream. Oh, looking at it another way, visas, renewing your visa is getting to be a bit of a hassle. Immigration is doing a little bit of homework on you guys. That's right. So if you've got a couple problems back home, a warrant for your arrest, or maybe had a citation for a small thing back home, It's not a small thing here. And they'll revoke your visa. They will do that. So you need to take care of your stuff before you leave your home base. That's why some people are being forced to leave. They have to go. And if they have a home or a Filipina here, that's it. They got to go. If you're serious about staying, guys, you need to get serious about taking care of business before you leave the house. Look at different kind of visas. The SRRV or the marriage visa. Don't leave your whole life up to a tourist stamp. All right, guys, here comes a big one. Here comes a big one. This is why a lot of expats are leaving the Philippines. They flat out run out of money. That's right. I've met guys come over here with $40,000 or $50,000 and think it's going to last them 8 or 9 years. They cashed out everything in the U.S. Or not in the U.S. They cashed everything out in their home country. They sold their house. They sold everything. They come over here with $40,000 to $50,000 and they think they're rich. They buy a bike. They buy a condo. Well, they probably can't get a condo. But they build a house, you know, a small little house. They got nothing left. And all of a sudden, all the friends that they made with all that money and all that spending, they vacated the premises. They're no longer friends. They didn't track their spending. They never said no. Didn't budget for anything. Some of these guys actually ended up staying. I don't know what they're doing now, but they ended up staying. And as I told you before, you can't get a job here. So that's something to put in your pipe and smoke it. Yeah, they're stuck. Don't let that be you. Another thing here, and this is a short one, guys, is the weather. Some people just can't stand the heat. It is oppressive here. The humidity is something you need to get acclimated to. The rain during rainy season, you know, it could rain every day for a month. You don't know. Weather's weather. So think about that. That's why some people, I heard one guy said he sweated so much every day he had to take 3 showers. He was going home. Natural disasters. They have natural disasters. They have typhoons. They have earthquakes. They have floods. There was a flood that happened in Manila the other day. They have they have mudslides. One happened in Baguio the other day. So you need to keep all that in mind when you're finding a place to stay or if you're coming over. Another reason expats leave, they take off, is they don't have that support system they had back in the West. They don't have a family member to call when they're, or someone to cry on their, or them to cry on their shoulder, whatever. But they don't have it. And they get lonely, you know, and then they decide they want to tuck their tail between their legs and go back. At least they tried. At least they gave it a shot. They gave it the old college try. But they couldn't make it without their family. And that's a real thing. You know, that's a real thing. Some people just need to go over to those Sunday night dinners, and there's nothing wrong with that. But until you get a support system of expats, a good circle of friends with a circle of trust, you need to work at that. You need to find a good circle of friends here. Who's going to take care of you if your partner leaves, or you know, if your health goes south and you have no one to take care of you? Oh my God. You notice I'm in a different shirt. I forgot the biggest part of the video. The whole video the whole part that made this video go, guys. All right. The last thing, the biggest thing. You're on the phone with your LDR, with your beautiful Filipina. She asks you to move here. You sell everything. You sell your car, your house. You get rid of your wife if you have one. Or if you don't have one, you don't need to. You throw your whole life upside down. You travel over to the Philippines. You're on that first flight to Manila. You meet your girl. She's in Samar. She's beautiful. But then it doesn't work out. And I'm sorry for smiling. Sometimes it doesn't work out. All those, you talk to her for a year and a half on the phone, or maybe 10 days, and you do all this stuff, and it doesn't work out. Then you're on your way back home. You take the slow boat home. You live at the YMCA, play a little basketball, little hoops, but you leave the Philippines. That's another reason for leaving the Philippines. Your girl doesn't work out, and maybe you try with a couple more here, and the dating's a little bit harder than you thought. They don't just fall into your pocket like some of the vloggers tell you. So, and your self-esteem's a little low when you come here, maybe, and you don't know how to date, or you're nervous, or you're waiting for them to come to you, and you end up leaving. You end up going home to sleep on your best friend's couch for a month until he kicks you out. He kicks you out, then you live on the street. You buy a tent, and then your tent gets a hole in it. Your whole life's upside down, and it rains on your head. Anyway, that's the excerpt I had to put in here with a different shirt on. I had to put an extra little bit in there for you. That was the most important part. I think you'd agree. All right, let's get on with it. So what am I saying exactly? Am I saying don't come to the Philippines? I'm saying no. Come, guys. Come for the right reasons. Come with your eyes wide open. Come with a plan. This country has changed my life, and it can change yours. But it's also tested me as much as I've ever been tested. I've seen men thrive here, and I've seen men crash and burn, and I've only been here a year. But before you take that flight, before you sell all your stuff and take that flight, take a vacation here. Watch this video. I've given you a few things to go by. Watch it again and take note. Think it through. And if you do decide to come, do it with a purpose. Don't be running from something. Come to build something. If you're already here, or you're thinking about coming here, drop a comment down below. I read them all, and I try to respond to them all. We're a small channel, so we try to respond to everything that's commented our way. Keep it civil, and if you can't, you can't. Comment down below, what's been the hardest part for you if you're down here, or if you come to the Philippines? What's been the hardest part? What have you had a hard time dealing with? What do you wish someone had told you sooner? If this helped you guys, subscribe, like, share. I post these kind of videos every Thursday. So there's no fluff to these. There's no comedy. No hijinks. Just plain and simple facts. Facts as I see them. Just real life from a guy that's living it. Stay ugly, my friends.